Welcome back to another exciting episode of Full Circle. I'm your host, as always, Harmon Jr. Please feel free to find me at Harmon Jr. on all your favorite social media.
And I'm Fradette. Please find me at Toonvelo and follow me. Don't just come by, find me, and go, yep, that's him.
Oh, man, you know what? If there's anyone that cheeky out there.
Cheeky. And don't forget to, of course, follow the podcast, FC Podcast 23, on Twitter and Instagram. So, our show for you today is very exciting. We'll finally be discussing Endgame.
So, obligatory spoiler warning. Like, honestly, if you haven't, A, watched the movie, or B, just don't know what happened. I mean, even the trailers are spoiling the movie at this point.
Right.
I don't know what to tell you. That's the last segment. Just don't listen or watch.
Right.
We'll be talking about new technology. What is it called, Jared? I actually forgot.
I actually don't know the name of it. I tried looking this up, reading articles. All it says is Samsung has created a new live image technology.
Oh, okay. Well, there we go. We're going to call it new live image technology. Basically, they can take a still image, even the most famous one, and do stuff to faces. Stay tuned for that.
But first and foremost, we'll be doing another Woman Crush Wednesday. Woo! This is first edition because it's trending all over Twitter and Facebook. You know, like, what was your first cartoon crush? What was your first video game crush? Etc., etc.
You know, and we're going to hit 5 categories. We're going to do video games, cartoons, anime, celebrity, and comic.
So I'll kick this edition off. So we'll start with the classic, right? It trended first on Twitter, very first cartoon crush. So my first cartoon crush was Gadget Hat Grinch from Chip and Dale Rescue Rangers.
Oh man, that is a good one.
Yes.
Gadget. You know, I especially love it when
she was cute and smart.
Yes, I love it when Robot Chicken did the thing where it was Chip and Dale. Like they were all like, Gadget doesn't wear any pants.
She's completely in a jumpsuit the entire time.
Oh, wait, no.
They don't wear pants.
They don't wear pants. That's what it was.
She's the only one who's in clothes.
Oh, no. The skit was she stopped wearing pants because no one else wore pants. And then, like, the team couldn't function because they were constantly distracted by the fact that, so that was a skit. But, yes, Gadget, man, kudos to you. Oh, man.
Thank you.
Man. She might have been mine.
Nope, too late.
Well, my first one, is it a cartoon? Is it an anime? Who knows? But it was Kimiko from Shaolin Showdown because, you know, for the longest I didn't even know she was Japanese. I don't know what I thought she was.
I mean, the main character is yellow, so it's a little hard to, like, what are we supposed to be here?
Especially she was one of those characters that, like, had a different outfit on every episode, like, you know, a la Marceline, the Vampire Queen. And, like, she would do, like, crazy makeup and hairstyles, so...
Right, it's going to say dedicated animators right there.
Yeah.
Have to design something every time.
And, you know, when they go into Shaolin Showdown, she just looks like herself with, like, mild blush.
Mm-hmm.
Like, until they went to, like, my father's toy company in Japan, I was like, you're Japanese.
Yes.
But yes, I'm calling Shaolin Showdown a cartoon because, I don't know, by definition, I feel like anime needs to be made in Japan, even though it doesn't have to.
We had a whole topic
I know,
on
it's
this.
a style. It's a style. But I still...
Avatar. Code Lyoko.
But, unlike what we decided, animes are very detailed in their character models, and Shaolin Showdown is not.
It is a little bit more zany than a classical anime would.
Yeah, you know, Omi has no one has proper body proportions.
Right. While Teen Titans is an anime, Teen Titan Go is a cartoon. Maybe. Yeah. You can call that.
Anyway, Kimiko is mine.
Okay. First,
she was fire.
She was fire. Your element.
Yeah.
First anime crush. So, does Sally Acorn, does Sonic Freedom Fighters count as an anime?
Based off what we just said, they have correct body proportions. I believe they have 5 fingers.
Uh-huh.
Their facial expressions are very detailed, especially Robotnik's. His was very...
Right? His whole, like, robot factory. Yeah.
So...
If you can lean that way, I'll lean this way. And I'll say Sally Acorn.
All right. So... This may not be my first anime crush. We've talked about anime crushes a lot on this show.
Mm-hmm.
But I might say it might be Launch or Lunch. No, it's Launch. It's like Launch pad. From Dragon Ball Z. The one with the blue hair, the cute one before she sneezes and becomes like a... before she becomes like a murderous, you know, Kill Machine.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
So that's kind of my out because I was having a real tough time because I was like, did I like them? Did I like them first?
Right? No, I had the same issue here. It's like animes. I don't know, because like a lot of the anime I watch, the main female that they present to the viewers that you're supposed to like and crush on, I don't like them. Like Bleach or Hime, even Rukia. I'm like, I don't like y'all.
Yeah, I was like, I went through Pokemon. I was like, Misty, no. Jesse, no. Lorelai, no. His mom, no. Nurse Joy, no. You know what? I could give it to Officer Jenny, but I never really crushed on Officer Jenny. What about y'all? I mean, she's cute. I prefer to Nurse Joy, but I wouldn't call her my first crush.
Right. Like, if I'm the only one I know definitively, and you've heard me say this about 6 times now, is Satsuki Kiryuin. But since you've heard me say that 6 times, I was like, surely there had to be someone before her. So, rolled back Sally Acorn. Okay, first video game crush. This is also equally trending on Twitter. So, I was going to say Crystal, as you've heard me say, but you've already heard me say this. This is just true. It's Karen from Harvest Moon. Right?
Oh, it is.
Yeah, I was like...
Just want to save her from her little small town life.
Yeah, that was just 100% pure crush right there. That's honest truth.
Okay, so mine is... So I retroactively like characters like... Everyone knows, like, I love me some Chun-Li. Like, she is number 1 in my mind.
Mm-hmm.
But the 2D sprite, when I was playing Street Fighter 2, when I was all of, like, 4 or 5, whatever, how old I was, you know, it didn't hit me yet.
Mm-hmm.
It didn't hit me. I probably thought she was, but, you know, it didn't hit me where I am today. But the game I could definitively remember was Kira. Or Kira. I'm going to say Kira.
Kira?
She's from Jak and Daxter, the first game. Like, she's like his best friend, tech buddy, who he doesn't end up with. He ends up with, like, the Scarlet in, like, game 2. She really is like a Scarlet. She's like a harlequin. There you go. She's a harlequin. He passes up quality.
Harlequin. Is she a lady of the night, or is she a jester?
She's like, her dad's the evil guy in the game, so she has, like, daddy issues. So she's like, you know, bad girl.
So...
I'll say lady of the night. She's not a jester.
Okay, so just a harlot.
My bad. She's a harlot.
No, she's a lady of the night and into clowns. A harlot.
Well, if you saw her attire, she could pass as a jester.
Okay.
She's not, but I'm just saying the started with it. But yeah, Kira from Jak and Daxter. Again, she had the gadget thing. She was smart and pretty, which, you know, that's what men want, ladies. It's all up here.
All we're asking for is for you to be perfect in every way. That's so much to ask. Okay. First, celebrity crush. So mine was Halle Berry.
Really?
Yeah. Specifically, when I saw her as Miss Gladstone in the Flintstones movie. Yep.
Nice.
Yep.
Okay. So people who know me, so it's not that I've never found any celebrity attractive. I just thought celebrity crushes were silly.
When will you ever meet them? They're probably already married. If they're not married, they definitely have had several relationships and kids at this point.
Yeah, so
Or am I?
I've never had a celebrity crush until Adele. And hear me out. So freshman or sophomore, I think it was freshman.
Whichever.
Anyway, like I remember I saw on MTVU her video for Chasing Pavements, and she was relatively unknown at this time. And I was like, wow, her voice is amazing. And I went and actually downloaded her CD, via methods. We didn't have Apple Music back then.
During legal purchase tender American currency for product.
And I remember thinking, oh man, she's amazing. So I was already in love with her voice. Not much her, but her voice. And then Rolling in the Deep came out from her second album. Then everyone knew who she was. But she really had, got herself together.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
But it was not until I saw the video for, so I had, a mini crush on her. But I was like, oh, this is just because, she's glammed up.
Mm-hmm.
She lost some weight, made her look better. It just is. People look better when they lose weight most times. I'm just saying. Nothing's wrong with her original weight.
Not always true. Some people have very, gaunt faces that they, it needs to be padded out.
Oh, man. Damn.
I'm just saying. Everybody has a perfect place they look right at. I don't know.
Yeah.
That's up for you to decide.
So the video for what's the name of the song? When We Were Young.
Mm-hmm.
I love that song. When We Were Young. which is actually, I think it's from her latest CD, not 21. I think it's from. Anyway, her second album, when she got, a little bit better, I was like, oh, okay,
Was that before or after the throat surgery?
She had throat surgery?
Yeah, it was the whole thing. Because she had like the same surgery that Julie Andrews had to undergo, and then that's why Julie Andrews can't sing anymore. And then she performed at the Oscars, and it was her big like I Can Sing Again, and she sang Skyfall as like her debut back into singing.
Can she sing again?
Yeah, she can. Yes.
Oh, okay.
Which was everyone was like, oh phew, right? Because it was like vocal surgery, and it's like that can always be like.
Okay, so it's 19, 21, 25 is the last CD. Point is, the song We're Young.
Xbox just like jumping randomly into numbers?
No, like her CDs are named after her age at the time.
Oh, okay, that makes more sense.
Yeah.
Okay.
She's not that much older than us.
Well then.
She's like 2-3 years older than
She's
us.
the perfect celebrity crush then.
Yeah. Anyway, so during Rolling the Deep, I was just like, oh, it was the voice, but it was like, okay, she started. But then in the video We're Young, she doesn't really dance, but she shimmied. And it was game over. Yes, I know. Like, that I find the gift of her, like, doing her little shimmy, I was just like, oh.
There we go.
Yeah. I'm pretty sure it's mostly the voice, but.
Okay.
And I don't know. I love the fact that, like, she's, like, vulgar in a sense. Like, as a regular person, she's just very much like, yeah, I'm just a girl from, like, maybe lower middle class England. And now that I'm rich and famous, I'm even more so. Compared to, like, other British people, it's like, yes, I'm British. I am. And she's just like, just, like, loud and slightly obnoxious, but that kind of makes me like her more.
Yeah. Okay, so the last one is our first comic manga crush. Comic book, anything from the comic universe.
All right, so I never really read comics, truth be told. But I read manga, and when I started reading manga, the first manga that broke me was Naruto, because I needed to know what happened. And Hinata's already a crush because she's the best girl in the show. Like, she's just, like, drop dead gorgeous, even with her, like, no pupils. But, so when I started reading the manga, like, this was the part where, like, they had, like, their time skip or whatever, she looked even better, so I'm just going to give it to her.
Fair enough. Mine was, yeah, I never really read a lot of comics, but cartoon. Cartoon-based comic would be Kitty Pryde from the X-Men. I loved her power. I loved her personality. She was great.
She can go through stuff.
She can go through stuff.
Right through your heart.
That was great.
We have fun.
Okay. That wasn't a transition, but that was a great note to end on. So the next topic, really quickly, is Samsung, right? So as Adele said, they've now produced a new technology that can take facial landmarks already registered, right? They have anybody at all machine learn their face, like how the human face stretches and scrunches and bobs. And they apply that to as little as a singular still image, right? So we've seen previously, if you can map someone's face 3D and have them several minutes of talking and moving, you can apply that face. You can apply new words to that face.
Think of like the animated Bitmoji things that, are kind of popular, not anymore because people had their fun and they're kind of seem to be done with it.
Because the moms took it over and started posting them to Facebook, and we go, whoop, that's not for us anymore. But yeah, so now we can do it as little as a singular still image. There's probably a good GIF here, or my favorite GIF is of the Mona Lisa doing it. So you can take this to paintings and bring them to life.
Yeah, so that's really cool because, like Jared said, you have to get like a full 3D model, in which case, they got the angles. But this is, like I said, just a single still picture, something like the Mona Lisa, and they're able to fully animate it. Of course, people are probably going to use this for evil in some way. Like, I'm sure, should you be concerned? Probably.
Right, like if you can have a screen like FaceTime, like, yes, I'm Jeff Bezos, and I say via FaceTime, give all my money to Jared Fradette. Well, he's right there. We see his face telling us.
Yeah, and especially with like face ID recognition services. I don't know how sophisticated the program is, but it's pretty sophisticated. I wouldn't be surprised if Face ID or something could probably be fooled by it, especially since it moves.
Right.
But that's just kind of the nature of the beast with technology. We keep getting better things, and I'm gonna quote Jurassic Park, the famous.
Scientists are so busy asking, could they? They didn't ask, should we?
Yes, I can. What is his name in the movie? It's not Dr. Grant. Dr. Grant is a.
No, it's Jeff Goldblum.
What is Jeff Goldblum's character name?
Jeff Goldblum.
Fine, screw it. Jeff
That's
Goldblum.
That's his character's name in every movie. When in Thor Ragnarok. Is it Ragnarok?
Yeah, Ragnarok.
A lot happens in that movie, regardless of Ragnarok. Like
that's a vital movie to the MCU. Like it's not one you could skip.
No, I just mean like they're on Asgard talking about the end of times. No, they're not even that. It's Doctor Strange in New York. They don't go to Asgard. They briefly go to Asgard. They lose Asgard. About an hour of movie happens, and then they're back on Asgard. I'm like, oh yeah, I forgot. This is a Thor movie. I don't know. I like the movie. Kate Blanchett. But speaking of Marvel,
I really want to know his name now.
Screw it. I'm not gonna remember it.
It's just, it's like Kevin Bacon. Kevin Bacon is just Kevin Bacon in movies. It's like, what's the character's name? Kevin Bacon.
Right. So, but speaking of Marvel movies, Endgame.
Jeff Goldblum wasn't in that. Terrible loss.
Strike one.
All right, so we said it's at the top of the hour.
Spoiler alert.
Spoiler alert. Spoiler alert. Woo, woo, woo. We're about to talk about Endgame. If you haven't watched Endgame, or if you care about, Endgame being spoiled, you probably shouldn't keep watching. We did everything we could, right?
Right.
Okay,
so I want to say first things first. It's a 3-hour long movie, and the first hour of it should probably only last about 10 minutes. Nothing really of note happens here. We watch the heroes wallow in their misery that everybody died in Infinity Wars. Okay, first of all, as we pan over America, solely America, it seems like, okay, 50% of the population is supposed to be gone, not 90%. Like, just right now, if you're in public, look to your left and look to your right, and now just close your right eye. This is how many people there should be. There's still quite a few people there in your vision, isn't there? No, but as you're panning over, like, there's for some reason a refugee camp on Liberty Island. Like, the streets are just completely barren of everybody. I'm like, you've killed too many people.
Well, maybe society can't function. People that do prominent jobs aren't there. Well,
no,
I'll say this.
Think about it. Just 1 out of 2. Like, if the president dies, the vice president's there. Like, unless they strategically snapped, like,
all the 50% prominent people that we need to run society.
Yeah, but no, his whole mantra was like it's supposed to be random. Insert rant about how he also killed all trees and crops and fish and insects, but
apparently we didn't kill trees. I think we just
no. He said the Russo brothers went back and doubled down. Half of all living things, including plant life. I'm like, you could have just not clarified that. I have another question about the snap. Okay, so they seem to have been atomized and blown to oblivion. There's not even like corpses left to like recycle and reuse. He literally obliterated half of all resources. That puts us still at a ratio of 1 to 1.
Yeah, like his whole thing was like, now no one people have to fight, but they will.
Okay.
We have changed. There's been no change. We have net gain.
Right. Whatever. Okay.
Okay, before we get too far,
yeah, it's like
this movie was more drama than action, and they were making a drama, so I was cool with that because I respected it since they realized you couldn't have 2.5 hours of shit blowing up. You just couldn't.
It's true. I get that. And if it wasn't 3 hours, you couldn't say "I love you" 3,000. Right? You know what I mean?
Wait, is that why it was 3 hours?
Yeah, because the entire the entire duration of films from Iron Man to now was 3,000 minutes.
Was it really?
Yeah, so I love you 3,000 minutes of Marvel movies was the subtext.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yep.
Learned something new today.
Saved you a clickbait article. You didn't have to do that.
Oh, I just thought 3,000 was just an arbitrary number.
Nope.
Huh.
Okay, so positive things. Okay, so...
Wait, I didn't get no negatives.
Okay,
out.
negative. Odell's negative. Sorry.
Oh, sorry, Jared.
No, I'm just... The timer is small now, so I can't see it.
Okay, crap. There were some time paradoxes.
No, there were no paradoxes. The Hulk very messily explained there are no paradoxes, only alternate timelines now.
Okay, there are some
they've made a mess and made at least 3 new timelines.
There's
which will span off well into Disney's new Disney Plus featuring all the spin-off characters.
Okay, there was some messy handling of time travel in the movie.
Yes.
But not movie breaking to me. It was just like we talked for it. They clearly broke a rule that they very much defined.
No. Okay, so I guess we're going to skip straight to Steve Rogers being old, right?
Yeah. All right.
Okay, so no, I'm going to assume he didn't travel back and age forward because, like you said, that would break their own rule. Additionally, if he had aged forward, he shouldn't have a new shield, right? Like, he had to have gotten the shield from somewhere else. The timeline he grew old in, which is another one of my complaints. So he jumped back to our timeline for exposition?
Exposition.
Like, right? So the two options either are he aged in a different timeline, which would jive well, and then he came back just for the sake of saying, guess what, guys, I'm old now.
But how did he come back? He didn't come back through the portal. Like, how would he have gotten back to...
Yeah, he came back through the... I mean, do they have to come back to the platform?
I assume so.
Right? Well, I guess that's the other question, right? So when, so when did he come back, right? So he either, right, like, came back at a still further weird arbitrary time and waited to sit on that bench, or they did break their own rule and he aged forward and created the paradox of where did the shield come from, this extra shield.
I'm pretty sure it's the latter. They should have been like Shaolin Showdown. Shout out to Kimiko again. Remember when Omi went back in time? And if you look, you don't notice in the original episode when her castle rises, you actually see Omi still frozen in the ice pop out the ground. And it was just like, oh, they already had it planned. I was like, I like that.
That would have been clever. But if Marvel had done
yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, one Marvel did it like like when Thanos pops out, you see like an old man just.
Okay. Here's what he did. He's in the timeline that we stole Thanos from. So he waited until he was about 70, got onto the ship, and came back with Thanos, and then hid somewhere safe during the entire battle.
We saved your ass, Russo brothers.
Oh,
okay. So complaints. Captain Marvel.
She served no purpose in this entire film.
I didn't like Captain Marvel movie in the sense that they haven't explained her powers. They made her God tier for no apparent reason. You don't know what she does. It's just like she's a Superman character. I am Superwoman because I am.
To be fair, if they weren't going to explain Wanda's powers of reality manipulation, they weren't going to explain.
Wanda didn't have a whole movie based on her.
It's true.
She didn't have an origin story. That's like origin story 101. What is your powers? What can you do?
She can be
unstoppable. Like, why can you breathe in space? Why can you take machine gun blows from a warship?
That's just an indicator of how powerful she is, right? They never explained how Thor can survive in space.
Okay, but my thing was, like, once she believed in herself in the movie, she was unstoppable. But it was like, so your power is the belief that you're unstoppable?
Yes.
I mean, I know what her power is.
What is her power, Odell?
She can absorb energy. That is her base power.
That feels like a pretty good power against Thanos.
Yeah, but like my thing is like, but absorbing energy doesn't also explain like why you like damn near indestructible and like stupid strong, stronger than the Mad Titan. Other thing I didn't like, I felt like.
Where did they get enough Pym particles to infuse an entire ship for Thanos to travel back through time in?
He stole them.
From where?
Nebula stole them.
From where?
From I forgot what point.
No. I mean, I get that Nebula stole them from our Nebula, but we've only ever seen this many Pym particles for a person. He transplanted
I remember
his entire.
No, I forgot.
Remember,
she implanted herself as the future Nebula.
Yeah.
And then while they were like messing with the stone, she went to like where they had the Pym particles that he took from Pym Lab. They stored them, I guess, wherever.
Okay.
And then like she took them to the time machine and then sent the Pym particles to like.
Is that what she did?
Yeah.
I don't remember her specifically. It's been a moment.
Yeah.
But regardless, I'm like, so about 4 vials of Pym particles is enough for an entire ship, but you need 1 per person?
I guess the shrimp the Pym particles enough for a singular thing. The ship was a singular thing.
Well, then why don't we just dilute them out to nothingness? Why are you ever in short supply of Pym particles then if you could just keep diluting them?
Jared, I don't know. Like we're getting too we're getting too in depth to where we're gonna talk about all the points or just one point. No, I agree with you. My thing is like they shrunk the ship. They threw the pimp. Like okay, this is all right. Just all right. So this is a singular unit of a thing.
No. Okay. Yeah. Because we got the point because we got to keep moving on.
All right. And I didn't like at the end that I feel like all the heroes that weren't the original got pretty much zero shine. I mean, they did it kind of like...
And we're here, too.
It was kind of like, oh, look, I'm Black Panther. Like, oh, I have the gauntlet. No, that's my 5 minutes. That's my 5 seconds.
There was a lot of the heroes suddenly interacting. I'm like, have these characters even met before? Like, when Black Panther's like, Clint, the gauntlet. I'm like, you've met once about 6 years ago where Hawkeye's like, I'm Clint, and you go, I don't care. So you've specifically remembered in the heat of battle from 6 years ago, oh, this guy's Clint. I don't know. It feels inauthentic. Now, okay.
I'll say this. Because it's Black Panther and because where they probably researched these guys at some point after the, like, incident.
Yeah.
Okay, but no, my thing was, you had 3 hours. You really could have crunched down on that time that you didn't like, and I would have enjoyed a more realistic team up. Like Ant-Man and the Wasp, that made sense because like the amount of screen time they had. I feel like if you had a movie, you should have had more screen time.
I would have really liked more screen time specifically for the characters who will be getting their own spin-offs. Specifically, right, like Army and
Bucky,
and
Falcon, Winter Soldier. Sorry.
Right, yeah, like those two, like they're getting a spin-off, so it would have been great to have seen them fight together on the field as a sort of quasi-setup. Now, okay, so things I liked about the battle overall. Now, admittedly, as soon as I saw Mjolnir being picked up, I knew it was someone that wasn't Thor because of the way they, like, framed it. Regardless, when I saw Cap holding it, I screamed really loudly because that was exciting.
Yeah, that was pretty good.
I enjoyed Peter being saved by all the women of Marvel. I was like, okay. Hello, ma'am.
That was a very... I like that shot. It was just like, oh, I see what... You know what? For a while, I did not know there was Pepper in the suit. I was like, is this...
Oh, no, right?
I thought it was Tony's daughter. I was like, is this future Stark?
It took me a second to, like, really process and think back all the way 3 hours ago when he says, I'm building something for your mom. Like, it didn't click until, I saw her. I was like,
no idea that was Pepper.
I was like, whoopsie.
Her suit was almost better than his. I felt like she had like a whole bunch of shit going on. She had like the Hitsugaya like Starflower thing going on.
Yes. Yeah. No, the last battle was pretty epic. Glad we didn't destroy Wakanda this time, which was incredibly annoying.
Yeah. I just really wish more prominent people got more screen time.
Mm-hmm.
Like, again, I get it. Everyone couldn't have, like, a good sequence of awesome.
Mm-hmm.
But it kind of really did. The sequence of awesomes that we got, I felt like were lacking. We could have... I would have preferred more, and also I wanted more interaction between heroes that either, A, haven't interacted, or just, people that are quasi the same, or just, just a fun hodgepodge of, like, combo move. That would have been great. Well, like you said, also like I get Captain Marvel was supposed to be like downplayed here because this isn't her time to shine. But when she had the gauntlet, why didn't she just take it or fix it or break it at that moment? I can talk about this. I told you this. This is how they should have done that. One, if they've already explained her power of energy absorption, what they could have done is she could have been fighting Thanos. Haha, I'm stronger than you. He goes while she has the gauntlet, instead of ripping off, she's just absorbing the power of the Infinity Stones. Because, she thinks she's unstoppable. She soon realizes, like, oh, shit, this is too much power. It's infinite. She goes supernova, because that's what happens when she absorbs too much energy. She's like, oh, crap, guys, I'm going supernova. Phew, has to, immediately fly out to space, blow up, and then she just shows her, like, just maybe not fall back down, but you see, like, in the distance, her being like...
Which would give a realistic reason why she didn't just win.
Yeah.
Because she had to realistically excuse herself.
Yeah.
But overall, I liked the movie. I did.
2 thumbs up.
2 thumbs up. So, again, thank you for joining us. I am Jared Fradette.
And I am Harmon Jr. Please follow us on all the social media. What's social media that you have that I don't have? Tumblr, yeah. I was forget to say it. Follow him on Tumblr. But follow us on FC Podcast 23.